past, fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now, get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kiru's show here. And now, before I do begin, a little bit of a thing. I've gone to the doctor and basically had them look me over. They confirmed what was wrong with me and did x-rays on me. I do have bruised ribs, and I at least have not cracked or broke anything. And I am on some seriously strong painkillers right now. So in case I sound out of it, or my speech does seem to be slower or possibly faster than usual, that is actually the reason. Now, with that being said, let us begin. Whenever we last left off, we had Vados, the angel for this version of the world, or the universe. Now, she has observed and actually paid a bit of attention to Deku, being able to see what he does with his free time, and beginning to at least learn a bit more of his interest. Now, she then did come to Earth and end up becoming a pro hero, after signing on with an agency. Now, after doing this, we will cut roughly around a year or possibly 2 years later. Or, no, let's not actually do that. Let's cut to about 2 to 3 months later. Vados has quickly had her name spread throughout the entire area of Japan, and, from what some people have said, different parts of the world. She has begun to become so famous that she's already jumped from being ranked at least probably 5,000 or somewhere within the 10,000 ranks worldwide to at least in the top 25 to 10 pro heroes. In fact, let's just say that she drops into the number 8 spot for the pro hero today. Now, there is a statement on the news that this new pro hero, or the angelic hero as they call her, she does actually seem to be a fairly decent person. Along with that, she actually does seem to be a bit more interested in Japanese culture. Them specifically talking about the food, and other various interests that they've at least tried to talk to her about. Her not really being able to discuss a lot of them. Now, there is today. Midoriya, after seeing Vados on TV, he doesn't really think much of it. Asking his parents if they're going out for hero work today. No, not really. But I thought you guys were going out today. Kiddo, how's the best way to say this? Well, actually this isn't really a bad thing, but it's just that crime rates have been so low that there's not really a need for heroes on patrol. Yeah, actually, Izuku, honey, we've actually been told to take the day off. Huh? Yep. In fact, I think that we might need to do something. Okay, we can probably just drop you off at school, then probably... Hisashi saying, go see a movie? That would work. I was gonna say we could probably go somewhere and hang out. So, a date. Well, yeah, but, I mean, when's the last time we actually did that? I think the last time was whenever Izuku had a babysitter. Oh, date night. Please don't bring that up. Yeah, I don't think a flying baby was really something that you'd expect. Yeah. With that being said, Izuku, he just tells his parents that that's alright. If they want to spend some time together, go ahead. They don't always have to take him wherever he needs to go. Midoriya quickly running out of the door before immediately leaping up into the air into flight. His aura surrounding him, and he begins to fly towards his school. And Konosashi running out the door and yelling for Midoriya to slow down, and to at least keep himself within the sound barrier. No. With that, Midoriya actually does begin to slow down a bit. Now, this is whenever Vados would actually catch attention to Midoriya's power level. And while she is taking care of a villain, swiftly just moving around and dodging effortlessly, she gets close. As soon as she does, she throws her staff outwards and immediately is able to not hit somebody, but stop it directly in front of their face, before waving it downwards with a light tap. As soon as she taps it downwards, the alleged villain falls backwards unconscious. Everyone quite surprised. Before, she actually just turned her head. Okay, I believe this would be a perfect opportunity to talk to that boy. Her swiftly disappearing, or moving at high speeds. Now, after that has happened, Vados, she is able to immediately appear in front of Izuku. Midoriya, while he is flying, as soon as she appears, he smashes right into her. And she doesn't really even move. In fact, she barely even steps to the side. Midoriya being able to actually nudge his right side, or at least his right arm, and most of that side of his body into her before it almost flying downwards into the ground. Hmm? Uh, Sorry, lady, Wait. You're the pro hero Vados. Hmm? Oh my. Yes, I am. In fact, I'm actually quite surprised you do know who I am. Hmm? Are you kidding? Everyone knows who you are. You're, like, famous right now. You've barely signed up with an agency, you didn't go to a hero school in Japan. You're just rising through the ranks fast. Hmm. Well then, as long as you do know who I am, I believe that this should be a whole lot easier then. You are Izuku Midoriya, correct? Yes. Okay. Well now, you are very, very powerful. However, please do inform me. Do you know what Ultra Instinct is? Huh? Ultra what? I thought so. Anyways, young man, have you ever found yourself moving without thinking about it? Huh? Whenever you're training or trying to increase your power, do you notice odd points where you just jump up randomly? Or things that really should not be able to happen? Um, yes? Ah, very well. Now, that just confirms it even more. I've seen some humans with odd quirks, as you call them. And I've even seen some strange aliens. Aliens? Why, yes. Quite the oddities. But that is not important. Right now, we are talking about you. You are the only mortal I have ever seen within my entire existence to ever bear this strange ability, Ultra Instinct. In fact, most God Destructions spend eons trying to master the ability, and not one has come as close as you have within your short little life. Huh? Okay. You're a very smart young man, I can tell that. But please listen carefully. Would you like to become stronger? Understand your abilities more? Because from what I have seen so far, your knowledge and understanding of Ki is not what it should be. You will most likely die if you do try and use this ability again in the far future. What? But why? Because the ability is very strong, but the backlash it can take on your physical body is immense. And your body cannot handle it right now. So, I will need to train you, and I can make you very powerful. In fact, what is your dream, young man? My dream? Well, I want to be the symbol of peace. Hmm? Oh, you mean like the number one hero? Yeah, just like All Might. Hmm. Well, I believe that I might be able to make that happen. However, this is confusing Midoriya. You will not just be the symbol of peace for this planet. This planet? Yes. Within the far reaches of space, in the other sectors of the galaxy, there is evil. And there is a very powerful man. In fact, he's given the current god of destruction a run for his money sometimes. However, well, he is currently the strongest immortal in the universe. And I would like to pose a challenge. Now, this is whenever Vados continues stating, Midoriya needs to take down and kill this man. Once Midoriya has successfully done that, she believes that she can properly begin training him. She will go over the basics of certain things, and then drop him off on a planet to get started with. Uh, but, but why? Can't you just take me directly to them? But wait, I also have more questions. What about my parents? Your parents? Yes, my mom, my dad. What about them? Hmm. Well, I believe that I can take you back to them anytime you want. In fact, this will be part of your challenge. But do you understand the consequences of simply declining my offer? Now, with that, Vados does begin to train Midoriya. Midoriya quickly rushing off to school, though, at this current point in time, and going throughout his day. He did arrive a little late, but the teachers were able to excuse him because of, well, probably a busy morning, and a villain attack that may have occurred. Now, with that being said, Midoriya does begin to get trained by Vados in the art of how to properly use and utilize Ki. Now, she's trying to put the idea of Ki control within Midoriya's mind. And this training doesn't just extend to Midoriya. The day Midoriya was out in the forest and actually just trying to concentrate and meditate, he was gone for a little bit longer than he should have been. Whenever Hisashi and Inko needed to find Midoriya, they went to sense his power level. Whenever they were able to feel him, they immediately began to fly over to him. And they began to feel Midoriya's power level move and somewhat fluctuate. Now, they did arrive to see Midoriya, not only at least trying to throw around some kicks throughout the air and some basic punches, but begin to actually form Ki Blast in his hand. As soon as he was able to form one, he blasted it out of the tree. And this was actually quite shocking for Inko and Asashi to see. Midoriya should not be able to do that quite yet. It took them both months of training to be able to do that. Now, with that being said, Vados, she is able to immediately spot the two in the air, and both of them are shocked to see her. Now, with that being said, this is where Vados does begin to tell them and inform them, giving them a rundown on the current situation. Midoriya's body will one day destroy itself with his quote-unquote quirk as they call it. She is going to make sure that that does not happen, leaving out the part where Midoriya will be the next god of destruction. Now, with that being said, this is a bit of an on-the-fence thing, and it does actually begin to get a bit further ahead. A few weeks later, Midoriya, he hears about an incident. While Deku is at school, his parents are trying to deal with and actually focus on what they're doing. Whenever they're out doing hero work, a villain who actually does know how to utilize ki is able to get the upper hand on a pro hero, holding them hostage. Both these two in a bit of a situation. Now, whenever Vados does miraculously appear and take down the villain with a swift chop to the back of the neck, they are both somewhat annoyed. Her going on to state that these two really need to try and make sure that an opponent cannot use someone against them, and that they need to continue on in their own training. In fact, with both of them being full-grown adults, she can take them back to her place, or the planet she currently resides on, basically stating that she can make them a whole lot stronger, and give them the full idea of how to understand and utilize key techniques. Now, these two begrudgingly accept. The Midoriya family packing things up and heading off planets. Now, with that being said, Midoriya leaves Earth behind. Now, along with that, he actually does say goodbye to quite a lot of the friends he did have. And after the 30-minute trip to Vados' planet, they begin to try and get accustomed to certain things. Izuku being surprised exactly how big and beautiful this place is, along with Hasashi and Inko being pulled aside by Vados, who tells them that they need to have a serious conversation about their child. Now, Vados continues stating, while Midoriya is running around and inspecting the planet, she's telling them currently what's going on. Izuku's power, or, well, the power of Ultra Instinct. A mortal being able to possess it is unheard of. And, in all actuality, she has been alive for a very long time. I don't remember exactly how old the angels are, but she basically does inform them of that. Now, after she basically does tell them about this, there is a bit of another problem. The evil that reigns over the universe. It will one day come to their planet and do what it has currently done to many others. And that she believes that Izuku, well, he should go through his own training and learn under different masters. This kind of surprising them. So why are they going to be trained by her? But their child learns something different. Her turning around and stating one simple thing: that the boy, if she tries to teach him and instill knowledge in him, all he'll have is ideas of what she would do in a situation. He would, one day, stop thinking for himself and think what she would do. Along with that, there is one more thing. If he does actually go out and begin to, well, make his own little journey, basically a journey to clean up the universe and basically make it a good place to be, then he will be able to think for himself one day. This journey she wants to send him on. It sounds dangerous, crazy, and most likely suicidal. However, she does assure them that if anything dangerous does happen, she can swoop in and immediately save the boy. Now, with that being said, Vados, after this conversation, it is a few days before a decision is properly made. Midoriya, as he is sleeping one night, he is given a few items. His backpack, a note, a family photo, and a few pieces of food and snacks from Earth. Now then, after that does happen, Vados takes the boy from his sleep, and does actually decide that if the boy is going to start his journey, he should start one on a planet that is at least somewhat hostile, somewhat primitive, and will pose some challenges. So, she decides to leave the boy on a little place called Vampa.